I am the Contrarian, and this is my world.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jitendra Nagpal. I'm a practicing psychiatrist in New Delhi. I'm here to discuss and debate on the changing landscape of social media and its impact on the human psyche.
A selfie can lead to violence, a selfie can lead to murder. A selfie is the main reason most people are getting plastic surgery done today. Sounds like incredible, amazing, and almost unbelievable news, right? But could this really be true, or is this the low-hanging fruit, the easiest thing to blame, which is social media, selfies, and a self-image problem? Could this just be that we're making it an easy target? Well, Dr. Nagpal here with me. Let's just get started with finding out from you. Not just about selfies, but this whole self-image situation that has come about, that on social media, you have to have acceptance. Everybody must love you, everybody must praise you, and therefore, you've got to look perfect. What has this led to? I mean, the kind of things that you're seeing around you, what has this led to?
First of all, I think self-image per se is a much desirable human quality all through existence of mankind. But what is happening is, besides being having this belongingness, desire to be acknowledged, desire to be known to the people around, the world around, and also to be appreciated, applauded. It's part of our existence. The difficult part now is that it seems to be happening at any cost.
Okay.
And to the point that one can even compromise certain ethics and also maybe codes of conduct and put oneself to the danger of medical disadvantage. For example, any side effects of certain say cosmetics, or to the point of even going out and trying methods to look good, to have a self-image that can boost the morale and tell people that, okay, look, here is a confident young girl or a boy, and they can actually be a party boy or a party girl. And when you're going out to maybe even vacation or say country parties and moving together in a peer group, there the social acceptance and peer approval seems to be the wrecking factor for self-image and the appraisal of that, even body image for that matter. After all, self-image is an emotional factor.
Totally, yes.
Yeah, and body image is one contribution to it. So the worrying part is that there is a trend towards damages happening.
You know, I understand all of this. In fact, there's a lot of damaging statistics. For instance, there is this study that says more cosmetic surgeries happened in the US and the rest of the world last year than ever before.
Right.
Supposedly at a time when the world was in recession, people were still spending more.
Bad recession.
And yet people were spending more money on themselves. Or the very fact that people want things like the perfect nose because they want their selfie to look like that. Or even the most ridiculous, getting surgery done on the finger because you're about to get engaged and you're going to take a picture, the selfie engagement picture, so that engagement ring finger must be perfect looking. I mean, these are amazing things. But isn't this also the missing the wood for the trees? Isn't this us saying and finding an easy target? Because has it never happened before that there was self-anxiety? That our own self-image when we were to go out for a party was something else, and when we would come back home it would be different. People were getting cosmetic surgery done before. Maybe it's just more accessible today. Could it really be social media, selfies and others? I mean, have we never had a situation where depression, self-anxiety and a self of your own self-delusion about yourself depressed you?
I do agree the chronology of the events what you're telling, but you know what's worrying me, maybe as a medical professional and dealing with psychological issues that come to us very often and very intense at times in young people especially. The worrying part is why should one go into a micro-imaging of oneself? You see what you're saying in maybe the 60s and 70s and 80s saw the macro intervention for cosmetic surgeries.
Right.
Okay, where you could tell that, okay, the plastic surgeon, it would be worthwhile to have your nose corrected. Because there are people around you and you're getting into, say, a glamour job or a model or media job, or you're a HR manager where you have to speak to people, and then having a little bit of your forehead lines corrected and the cheek or the chin uplifted, fine. What we see as a trend is people getting into the microcosm of their looks now. A small little wrinkle here and there, I think I'm bad looking. A little deviation of the nasal septum, a little bit to the left, maybe just about 5 degrees, I think my nose is bad. People will not like me, they'll make fun of me, they'll bully me.
Let me play devil's advocate and
Sure,
actually get
sure.
into this.
Yeah.
What's wrong with looking good? It does give you better self-confidence. It does make you believe that you are a better self of your
Lot of
own,
premium,
right? Lots of So is it really that we should throw the baby out with the bathwater and say that, no, this is a terrible new trend that is coming? Or could we look at it more pragmatically right now?
Wonderful. I think that's a very healthy argument on that. Again, my point of worry is a gray area where the border lies in getting preoccupied with it.
Okay.
To the point of obsession.
Okay.
Where people who are brilliant, very high IQ and EQ kids and young people and maybe people in their 30s and 40s who are actually running companies and have 500 people working for them, right? That is the time when people get preoccupied, often even move into absenteeism from work, trying to figure out why they are not actually having those perfect looks. So that group, that percentage, that volume is going up now.
My greatest problem with all of this stems from a whole different area.
Right.
This is the world we live in. Whether it's a social media, whether I did a show, in fact, this is an off-cuff from that, I did a show out here to do with selfies, where I had people in my audience who said, this is what makes me happy.
Yep.
Why should I stop putting a selfie, which gets me praise from 273 likes on Facebook? Who are you to stop me?
I'm once again totally in favor of human rights. Okay. Each according to his thinking and need and requirement, and go ahead in the world. Okay. The world belongs to you. The message is very clear. But then, while you are aware of what you belong and what you want to do with your looks and how do you want to project it to the world, great. No objection on that and no question on that. Why should anybody question anybody's projection on the electronic media? The question comes is the magnitude and the girth of the population that is actually deviating from the day-to-day responsibilities. For example, an 18-year-old who's yet to just make a career in college and actually lands up with reasonably good marks, but then fails to match up to the minimum standards of education and is a dropout from the mainstream education by the time he's 20. Why? Because the influence of electronic media and the projected value of his looks and the constant need to steal money from home to get a plastic surgery done. I want to question, where is the values, where are the belief systems of that human being to understand and find himself or herself?
Let's get down to what I think now becomes the crux of both the problem,
right,
as well. I mean, people call it the boon or the bane, right? Do you believe that, the selfie is only a small little aspect of social media, one that is the hottest category right now?
Right.
There'll be 3 months later, it won't be there. There'll be something else that will come in. But it has led to a lot of problem with self-image. Social media as a whole has its own other problems. We'll get to that also. Do you believe that we always forget the fact that we, who actually see both worlds, which is before social media and now,
right,
and those that are coming into the world now, digital natives who will always see it around, will not have these addictions and these problems? This self-image problem may become a joke for them because they've never ever seen a world without it.
The digital natives and their growth and development happening in a world where social media plays a remarkable role in defining the personalities of young people.
Correct.
Fine. Successful people, digital people, natives. And in the same world, as we see in India also today, for example, basic relationships between couples falling apart. And the number of cases, you ask any mental health professional across the country, the worry of the statistics is that social media and its preoccupancy, its animated involvement in life is actually taken away the real time between, say, husband and wife, between parents and children, and completely dissolving into a virtual world of relationships, which may be not only questionable, and for the respect of each other's dignity in the family, people may not question. But when they come to professionals, the question is, Doc, we want you to help us because internet, gaming, Facebook or mobile phone seems to have broken our family.
Last, just before I let you go today, very important question. You and me have spoken about what it is doing.
Right.
You and me have spoken about selfies and what it can do to a person.
Absolutely.
And all.
Yeah.
What would you give as advice to all the people watching here, to the millions of people that are watching you right now, saying, this is happening in our family, this is happening to my son, to my daughter, to people, to my friend, to a person who says, I broke away from a Facebook friendship because that person puts 30 selfies a day, and if I do not say I love it, the person has a fight with me.
Well-being is the goal of human life. I mean, you should feel happy with what you're doing in life. And also, do not allow distress to happen to those people around you who matter for you. So let's strive for a quality of life where physical, mental and social faculties are balanced out with each other and carry out the age-appropriate responsibilities.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks a lot for coming on the show and telling us all about it. So like the doctor said, don't make selfies an atom bomb. Just keep it to what it is. It's fun. Take funny selfies. Don't be so self-delusional about the fact that you have to look perfect in each of them. And of course, don't go and get plastic surgery done. You can look better just by making sure you take a nice picture, keep the light behind you. Remember, anything that you want in this life, there's an app for that. We'll see you next week on The Contrarian.
Thank you so much. Lovely.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
I am the Contrarian, and this is my world.